All right, y'all. Once again, big shout out to Rich for designing the New York, New Jersey 2026 World Cup poster. Absolutely amazing, guys. Really, really cool experience for us. But of course, we got to get into some current news and footy. So as we enter the end of this season, I think one thing that differentiates footy from other sports is how much unique, exciting storylines are going on right now.
Yeah.
So you have title races, you have cup finals, you have continental cup finals, you have promotion, you have relegation, you have European qualification. So out of the kind of unique touch points in the things I just listed, what do you think is something that really differentiates footy from other sports like the NBA?
I think one of the more interesting one of the more interesting touch points in footy is like the promotion relegation
For
stuff.
sure.
Especially teams going up into the first division. Mm-hmm. It's just such a cool story. So many cool stories. Working with the EFL this year has been really cool. It's been able to open my mind to like how cool the culmination of a season ending in a promotion push through the playoffs can be in England. Or right now, like Cesena, the little town in Italy that my dad's from. It's like they clinched playoffs today on like the last day of the season.
Must be crazy right now.
Yeah, it's nuts. Now, so there's 5 more games to go. Home away, semifinal. Home away, quarterfinal. Home away, semifinal, final in Rome. And if you win that, you go to the Serie A.
Fire.
So yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful stories. I don't know if you guys saw in Germany. Well, we'll talk about it later. But Germany's been insane recently.
Oh, for sure.
Anyway, promotion relegation for me, especially from a lower league going to the first division, has been really cool to see.
Yeah, huge for Sunderland, who's going for it. I saw they adjusted their pitch size to stop long throw-ins from the other team. Yeah. And I'm like, that is second-tier beauty that you only see in things like the EFL, Bundesliga 2, and all those kind of things.
That's
what about you?
Yeah, for me, I'll probably say the club teams playing other club teams in different countries.
Yeah.
And so, like, we have obviously the Champions League. We can see like a Barcelona versus an Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Or like in the CONCACAF Champions League, we have freaking Messi playing in Jamaica
For the
with
first
the
time,
Cavaliers.
Yep.
And so like I think that just creates so many storylines about culture and fandom and creates so many like international like beef and like banter on the internet. That obviously people know about when it comes to like World Cup time, but it's cool to see it too on the club level, like those super local. Like we were laughing at Bodo Glimt, like what the hell is a Bodo Glimt? And then they end up in the semifinal
of Europa, bro.
The Europa League.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
I have how do I put this? I have a soccer hot take.
All right.
I think that domestic cups, especially in England, France, Italy, Spain, and Germany, should get you a Champions League qualification instead of a Europa League qualification. I think it would make those tournaments a little bit more prestigious. At least in Italy.
Don't they do something like that with the League Cup in England? I feel like there's a connection.
The League FA Cup sends you to Europa League. Carabao Cup.
Actually?
Yeah. In Italy, it sends you to Europa League. In Spain, it sends you to Europa League. In France, I believe it sends you to Europa League. And in Germany, it sends you to Europa League.
And it affects the table amount of positions that go to those competitions,
but
right?
winning the competition itself does not send you to the Champions
League. You're saying Champions League. Yeah. Okay, that's the specific. Okay.
What I would want is for these domestic league cups to send you to the Champions League, because then it would allow it to be a little bit more prestigious in terms of like a tournament.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of sucks that teams don't field their best 11 in the domestic cup.
Consistently, at least, yeah.
Like this is the King's Cup in Spain. This is the Italian domestic cup.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, you don't really until the quarter.
It's true.
Until the quarterfinals, semifinals, teams are playing their B team. The second string goalie is playing.
Well, you know what it is, bro.
Too many games.
Too many games. Because it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah, it's true.
And now people people are trying to dismiss, for instance, Manchester United for winning the FA Cup over Man City. Yeah. And like, the players are acting like it's a Champions League final. It's like, bro, that's an unreal moment. For instance, especially Kobe Manu at the time was 18, has beat his rival in Wembley his first season. Like, how is he not? He's living his dreams. Like, yeah, I think one of the beauties of footy is all these competitions. So we should really embrace all of them rather than just like try to dismiss everything besides the Champions League or besides the World Cup and your league title.
Well, I really think that if winning your domestic cup sent you to the Champions League, it would be much bigger.
It would. I agree.
I think the most interesting thing that could come out of that, this is really random, but I was reading about the Coupe de France.
Exactly.
Coupe de France. And
is that the first one or the second one?
By the way, in Germany, there's a third division team right now in the final.
Yeah. No, it's facts.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I was just saying in the Coupe de France, like there are teams from like all the French, I guess like colonies. Yeah. So we have like teams that are playing from
I did not know
Guadeloupe,
that.
French,
it's the longest away day.
Martinique,
God.
Tahiti, Réunion, Saint Pierre, like all these, tiny little islands, like half a globe or literally on the other side of the globe are like traveling to France to play in this tournament. Now imagine a team from Tahiti ends up in the Champions League.
That's a lot of travel though.
That's lit though.
Because Man United, well, they ain't making no Champions League, but you know what I'm saying? Whoever.
Well, they win Europa League.
True. No, that's... You qualify for Champions League for that?
Yes, sir.
They qualified the Europa League.
The winner of Europa League qualifies for Champions League.
Oh, fact. It's a lot going on. Well, point being, you think Man United, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but I'm just telling you, Man United is not going to Tahiti, unfortunately.
If you have to, you have to, man.
Shit.
Spurs went all the way to the Arctic.
You know how these teams are.
Hey, they went up to the Arctic.
That is not the same.
Well, teams used to travel all the way to the other side of Russia when Eto used to play for Kazan.
Yeah.
All the way out there.
Crazy.
They were in Champions League for a little bit. You have to go all the way to Asia.